How are we looking? Okay. All right. I know the keen-eyed amongst you guys are gonna realize, hey, you're wearing the same outfit as the last video. And let me explain. When I ended the last video, like right there, I was beginning to work on it. And then something just hit me. I live with my sister, her husband, and my nephew. And there's a bunch of other people in the house, but that's the gist of it. And on the first of every month, you gotta give rent. Or first paycheck of the month, you gotta give rent. So for me, it would be the first check that I get paid within the month. Now, last month it was December, Christmas, all that. For whatever reason, I got screwed over during my last paycheck and I couldn't give the rent money, whatever. Cool. I'm not gonna get into the details. But now it comes back around and I was like, you know what? I'll give you the money on the first check of next month. They were like, cool. That's it. Now here's my gripe with the world right now. If you're not rich, you cannot live comfortably. I'm not rich. And for the majority of you, I'm pretty sure you're not rich either. but you know what? Cool. You might be living comfortably, but you're not rich. I can't even say I'm living comfortably right now. And I think a lot of us aren't. But that's just the way that the world is currently. Everything is overpriced for no reason. Cost of living is literally crazy. That's not the word I wanted to use, but it's the one that stuck. And right now, I'm in a place where I'm trying to get my finances together. I'm trying to do better for myself. I'm trying to be able to save, but life just keeps kicking me where I don't want it to. And I can't save money, and I can't make more. I mean, no, you're always able to make more money. Like, you can go to Uber, you do Uber, like where you're actually driving people back and forth. You can do Uber Eats, DoorDash, Instacart. Let me tell you something about Instacart. I cannot stand grocery shopping. You have the potential to make a lot of money, but grocery shopping, it's not for me. Sorry, can't do it. Don't have the patience. I don't even like shopping for myself, but you want me to go shop for you? Crazy. But whatever, cool. In the world that we're living in right now, everything is just way too crazy. And let me tell you something. All the luxury stuff that you guys could be wearing, like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Prada, all that stuff. Did you actually know that they're being manufactured overseas? This shirt that I'm wearing right now was most likely manufactured overseas. This Kenzo Paris shirt, most likely manufactured overseas. And you want to know how I know? Right now I'm in the I want to make my own clothing brand, right? I started it. Well, I didn't start it, but started the idea, started getting the manufacturers and all that stuff, started developing the clothes and things like that. And what I realized was all the clothes that we're buying and vying for and obsessed with, these luxury brands probably cost those companies or maybe like $50 a shirt, because they're making it in a bulk. It's not like it's limited. It's not like it's one of a kind. They're making it in a bulk. And one thing that I learned when the manufacturing process is, if you make a sample probably costs more per item than an entire bulk purchase of shirts and stuff like that. So this sweatshirt could probably have costed them $20 to make, but then they're going around and selling it for $300, $400. That's how they get us. We're paying for the name. The name is worth. The brand is worth. And most likely the name is the brand. The brand is worth that $1,000 that we're paying, not the shirt itself. And y'all need to realize that. Like, I got this shirt, and I was like, I saw the screen print on it, and I was like, I don't know about this, Chief. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Kenzo Paris, and I like the brand. I like the shirts. I like the clothes. But when I saw this, I was like, I could have did that. Like, if I'm paying for this, I could have paid for that. And if some of y'all may think, oh, what are you talking about? You couldn't have made that. When I tell you I'm in a process, of making my own, shirts, clothes and stuff like that, vibrato, vibe, like, come on, like, I put the time and effort into learning the trade. At some point, I'll be making clothes, manufacturing. Okay, maybe not manufacturing, but I'll be developing clothes and working with manufacturers to mass produce my clothes. So I know what they cost. I know the work that gets put into it. I'm doing it. But right now, it is tough. Like, I'm probably making just enough money to pay my bills. Just enough money to buy the things that I like in life. Like, right now, I just gave rent money. I have to fix my car. Got to get my brakes changed. I got to get the air conditioning unit, I guess, what's the word? Drained and refilled. I don't know how that works. But gotta get my brakes and rotors changed, and I drive a 2015 Lexus RC. I have no business driving a luxury car, but my life demands it, okay? I like what I like. I love fast cars. I like comfort. Sorry, but that's just me. Can't afford it. You wanna know how I buy my name? Like, I got Gucci slippers. I got a bunch of Yeezys. I have a massive shoe collection. I have these name brand sweaters and stuff like that. And you know what it is? Afterpay, Klarna, paying for Zip, all those stuff. I think that is the best thing to have ever happened to us. To us poor people. To us who don't have money. You know why? Because it turns a $380 purchase into a $40 or $50 or $60 purchase every 2 weeks when you get paid. So it's like, oh my God, I can afford $60 every 2 weeks. But if you ask me to drop $400 in one sitting, I will tell you to F off. Almost swore right there. I will tell you to F off. I'm not doing it. Can't do that. Can't afford that. But I can afford $60 every 2 weeks. Oh, yes, I can. But now, maybe not. Maybe not now. Yo, if y'all like, damn, I need these clothes. I want these clothes. Oh, I have a $1,500 afterpay limit, credit limit. Let me buy this now. Oh, I was always gonna have to pay that. I was never gonna pay that. If you're like that, same. Like this video because same. Because I'm with you. But the reason why I did this is because I started this video again as soon as I finished the other one. Who knows when you'll see this? You'll probably see this like a few days later after I post that first one. But the cost of living is ridiculous, and I'm sick of it. Like, I just did a first home buyer's course because I want to buy my own house. I want to own real estate. I want to invest in rental properties. So I want to buy my first property. But then it's like, where do I get the money to do that when I got to pay all these bills? And it's like, and did you know, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure, in order for us to live comfortably, we are supposed to be making 2 to 3 times the cost of living in our area. So if we live in so I live in Boston. So if we live in Boston and rent is like 2,500, $2,800 a month, we should be making 2 to 3 times that cost in our salaries just to live in the area that we're living. Did you know that? I bet you didn't. And I may not be saying that right. So do your own research. Don't take what I say as fact, because I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we should be making 2 to 3 times the cost of whatever it takes to live out in these areas that we're living in. And there's no rent control. So people can just hike the prices up every few months to the point where it's not livable. And in fact, Boston right now is charging what, like I wish it $300-$400, $4,000 for an apartment, for a single bedroom apartment or a loft or whatever it is, and pushing all the regular people out, where like out to the outskirts of Boston, to like the neighboring like Randolph, like the North End, South Shore, not North End, South Shore, Brockton, Avon. I'm naming these places that you guys may not know it. You're probably not going to know it. A vast majority of you guys aren't going to know these places that I'm naming. But let's be for real. They're pushing everyone out. They're gentrifying everything. And everyone's coming out here because it's cheaper. But then everyone comes out here and now prices are going up. They're building complexes, pushing people out, or low income properties that people who do actually need it can't utilize. Then you have all the bad people leaving Boston, or the good parts, or what was good or considered the bad parts of Boston, coming out here and making the parts that were peaceful bad. And it's just like, yo, like what are we doing? Like, we need some kind of control. Because if landlords can just keep hiking prices up and people are still making the same wages, making what I think minimum wage now, don't quote me, in Boston is like what, $17 an hour. You'll be lucky to find a place that's paying you like what, $20 an hour, 21, and even that's not enough to be living out here in Massachusetts. Let's be for real, it's not enough. What? I'm a whole program director. My salary, should I? I'll keep that to myself. My salary is decent for somebody my age. Let's just say that. And if I didn't have any real life bills, I would be golden. But that's not the case. And I made very poor decisions with my finances in my early 20s, and here I am paying for it and now trying to get out of it and redeem myself. But even if I wasn't, or if I didn't make those mistakes earlier in my adult years, the way things are now, I need a second job. And the way my main job is, I can't get a second job because I need to always be on call in case something happens in my program. And I think that's the sucky part. So it's like I have to find these alternative ways to generate income, and it's close to impossible unless I want to be out and about on my days off doing Uber or Uber Eats or DoorDash or Instacart, which I don't want to do. I hate it. But I have to because I got to make ends meet. Can any of y'all relate to that? Y'all got to resort to these, they're not even ride shares, delivery services to make your extra income, and then God forbid they don't tip. It sucks. I'm sorry. I know I'm ranting, but like, this is the real world. And not for nothing, all the videos I be watching on YouTube, No one's talking about this stuff. And if they are, these are people who are making, let's be for real, hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm sorry, for the first time, my iPhone told me it had no more storage. Now, I always get like the 512 gigabyte iPhone, and I'm just like, I'll never run out of storage. But it just happened in the middle of me ranting. But that's besides the point. I'm gonna continue. So what? They're probably making like like 50K in a month just off of like 5 videos. Like 6,000. Oh, 6,000, I wish. Or maybe. Oh my god, I can't even tell you. But a lot of the people who talk about finances or the state of the world and stuff like that, it's not coming from real people like me. People like us. And I know I'm doing this because at some point I want to be like one of those people, but at least because I know myself, I know once I start making money and stuff like that, it's not going to be like, oh, I'm big time now. I don't care about none of y'all. Like that's not me. I'm going to buy the things that I enjoy, but I know where I came from. I know I come from, I hate to say it, but poverty. You're from nothing. How many of y'all can say that? Well, a lot of y'all can say that actually. Yeah, I just be saying stuff. But yeah, for real though, like all the videos that I be watching, they're not of people in our predicament. Sad to say, they're so out of touch from the real world because they've reached success at such a young age that they don't know what's really going on, or they forget where they came from. They forgot that they were sleeping outside, sleeping in their vehicle for like a year until a video finally popped off or they started to get traction. And it's like, oh, now I could afford this fancy 3-bedroom loft. Or I was able to move out to California. It's not the real world. Like, we don't get those success stories. Those success stories don't happen in cities like Boston for real. Well, what? Unless you're like some famous dancer, move out to LA, Cali. An actor, move out to California. But we always gotta leave our place of origin to be better. Why? No idea. But a lot of times we leave and we go to these places that cost tons more money. Like, I would love to go to California. That was one of my dreams, to move to Cali, become a surfer. Because of the stuff that I see on TV. Because being stuck in Boston your entire life is just like, Boston's small. You know everybody. Everybody knows each other. It's just what it is. It's the fact, the reality of things. It sucks. And I'm talking from, my experiences of living in Boston, but I'm sure a lot of you guys probably should have the same experiences that I have. Even though you don't live in Boston, probably live in like Vermont, Georgia, Houston, places like that. I mean, I know all places have these origin stories, these stories like me, like, living in poverty. Like, come on. But you know what? But here's the thing though. I have the fancy camera. I mean, this is my phone that I'm recording off of, but I have a nice camera that I can record videos on, choosing not to. Like, if you think I'm lying, trust me, I'm not. Like, I have a nice camera that I could be recording videos on, and I'm not gonna do that. I have a Shure SM7B. Had to make sure that was actually what it's called. I have a Shure SM7B that when I'm playing video games, I have a PC that I built and I use that to, for audio and stuff like that. And I tried to get into streaming, but you know what? Twitch got so saturated that it's really impossible to do that. but I have the really good the mics. I have the good lighting. I'm using the lighting because you gotta look good, but but like, come on, like, but I'm not gonna do that. I want this to be authentic, real. I know you just saw that dust floating in my room. I had to turn my air purifier off because it was gonna be making like these sounds in the video that I didn't want y'all to hear for real. But like, yeah, like in the pursuit of trying to make it on YouTube, I bought the microphone, I bought the camera, I bought the lighting, I got the Mac I got the Mac to edit my videos and stuff like that. I could very much do that on my PC. Actually, no, I'm not gonna feel bad about this. This is like a almost $2,000 PC build, and I did that when COVID had first happened, and we were getting money out the butt. Okay, that's what I spent my COVID money on, building a PC so I can stream and play video games as much as I liked. Okay, and to this day, I still upgrade it here and there. Like, I just upgraded it now, but yeah. So I'm talking about, I make poor financial decisions. And you know what? Now that I'm talking about it, let's talk about it. All of you guys who weren't essential employees and got laid off your job or got put out of work or whatever, getting like thousands of dollars every week, I hate you. Okay? Because while you guys are sitting at home, locked up, doing nothing but making crap tons of money, you know where I was? Guess. Go ahead. Can you? I bet you can. Matter of fact, put it down in the comments down below. Where do you think I was? When all of you guys are sitting there collecting dough. I was at work. I was at work because I was an essential employee. Yeah. And I'm sniffling. Sorry. Sounds like I'm congested, baby. Sorry. I'm not congested, but like, I have like year-long allergies at this point. I don't know what it is. I gotta take like Flonase every day. And like, forgot what this is called, but this is an allergy med that was actually supposed to be as needed, but I've been using it every single day, so maybe it shouldn't be as needed. I wonder if that's probably bad for me, but that's besides the point. Yeah, I was working as an essential employee because, working with youth that are in programs and stuff like that, that is a 24-hour job. You cannot have that place not be staffed, or places like that not be staffed. The youth need supervision 24 hours a day. So there's always staff working, almost like a hospital. But that's where I was, exposing myself to COVID every single day. Now, you guys talk about the doctors and the stuff like that, the grocery store staff, the childcare workers, the human service field, who were actually in agencies and programs working with youth and ensuring their safety every single day. We didn't have that luxury to be out of work for a year or however long COVID lasted and just collect money. You know what I would have done with the money that I could have been collecting if I wasn't working? I would have already used that money to have started getting my rental properties that I want. I probably would have gotten a new car. But I didn't get those incentives because I was working. A lot of you guys weren't, but I was, unfortunately. Yeah, and I'm bitter about it. Oh yes, I am. But oh well. Like, well, it is what it is now. But that's what I'm striving for here is I want to do something that is just authentically me. And I think it's crazy that I can sit here and talk to the camera for 30 minutes. Well, at this point, it's probably like no, close. Well, probably been talking to the camera for like about half an hour now. But for me to just sit here and talk for half an hour, it's kind of crazy. Not a lot of people could just do that. And I can't say if it's entertaining or not, but guess what? If you've gotten this far, I guess you are entertained, huh? You want to know something cool about me, though? You ready? I have an obsession with cologne. But guess what, though? I have this massive cologne. I was going to say selection. I have this massive cologne collection. I'm not even going to edit this. I have a massive cologne collection. And majority of them I didn't buy. But, ooh, do I love to smell good. You want to know my most favorite cologne is? Go ahead and guess. Go ahead and put that down in the comments. What do you think my most favorite cologne is? I bet a lot of you guys are going to say, what? Gucci Guilty? Come on. Think deeper. Think a lot more lavish. I'll show you because it's actually right here on my desk. No, I'm not gonna do all that. I was gonna show you guys like my setup. I'm not gonna do all that because I have like 1, 2, 3, 4. It happened again. Ran out of storage. Like I was saying, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different colognes on my desk right now, okay? And the one that I think is the creme de la creme is this might be backwards, I don't know. This Creed Aventus. Now, some of y'all might know that this is the most expensive cologne ever. I didn't buy this. This was a gift to me. And then I have a drawer full of colognes that I also didn't buy, okay? This is the things I like to, when I ask for gifts or like stuff like that, give me cologne, shoes, clothes, stuff like that. That's what I like. But this Creed Aventus, super expensive, okay? It's like a regular size bottle of this is like $800. No cap. I'm not even joking with you. But when I tell you, if you could ever get your hands on one of these, it's crazy good, okay? Another good one. This Mercedes-Benz cologne. It's called The Move. Never seen this before until I got this for Christmas last year. Really good smell. I've been wearing this for the past few days. This Creed Aventus one, that's special occasions. I'm not touching that. I'm not spraying that. No. Another good one, and some of y'all might know, but if you don't, I'm putting y'all on. This Valentino, Born in Roma, it's the men's cologne. There's another one that's like for women. There's a few of them that's for women, but this one, the men's cologne. This is crazy good. And then I got a few more. Give me a second. That. No. Another good one, and some of y'all might know, but if you don't, I'm putting y'all on. This Valentino, Born in Roma, it's the men's cologne. There's another one that's like for women. There's a few of them that's for women, but this one, the men's cologne. This This is crazy good. And then, oh, I got a few more. Give me a second. Victoria's Secret Very Sexy Platinum. This smell had me in a chokehold for a good year, okay? Everyone was like, oh my God, what is that you're wearing? And I'd be like, Victoria's Secret. And they'd be like, they look at me like, what? Victoria's Secret? Yes, Victoria's Secret. And guess what? They don't sell this anymore. So good luck finding it. This is done. This bottle's empty. I only keep it just so I know what it's called. So one day, if it ever comes back, I can get it. But this is gone. Doesn't exist anymore. Oh my God. It's so good. My phone keeps getting cut off. And then another one that I think is very good is Aqua di Gio. Go smell it. Come back to the comments and tell me what you think about it. Because this had me in a chokehold before Victoria's Secret had me in a chokehold, okay? So like the year before, this was great. And this is also empty. So, and if you don't believe me, see, done. Empty. Have nothing in there. Destroyed this bottle. And you may think like, hey, you said you were broke. That's true. I am broke. I didn't spend a single dime on any of these colognes, and the 7 or 9 colognes that I mentioned, well, I didn't mention them, but that I counted out, I didn't buy a single one of them. And all the colognes in my collection that I have in my stash, I also didn't buy any of those. But I just have so many that at that point, I could just cycle them out, and I'll never, I won't run out. Because also, I'm not bathing myself in cologne, so they don't get wasted. Like at night, I won't spray cologne. I'll spray like body spray. That's like an Old Spice. That's cheap. Whatever smells decent. I can go to bed in that. I'm not gonna be spraying these on at night to be in bed. Come on, you gotta be smart. You gotta be smart. Some of you guys are not using your brains, and it shows. Why am I gonna be wasting a $50 bottle of cologne to go to bed? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. But I know I got off topic, and that's probably gonna happen a lot on this channel, is me getting off topic. And some of you guys are gonna be like, hey, come on, focus. And I might, but then again, I may not. Oh well. It's my channel. Get over it. Sorry, not sorry. And that's just how I am. You know what I just realized though? I was just thinking about it. Riddle me this. Let's say your sister or brother marries a woman or man. In my case, my sister married a guy, and he becomes my brother-in-law. My brother. How is it that my sister is now married to my brother? My sister and brother are married. That's incest. This is a random thought that came into my head. But then the brother-in-law becomes my mother's son-in-law. But your daughter is now dating your son, or married to your son. You think I'm high? I'm not high. I'm not. Do I dabble and stuff like that? I sure do. But right now I'm not. I'm not high. Sorry. Do like me a nice drink though. A nice heavy-handed drink. Do like me a nice little edible. Yo, this is channel that I just came across randomly because, you know, I like to watch people eat. I'm a glutton at heart, let's be honest. I like to watch people eat. And this girl came across my feed, or I guess YouTube's For You page, I guess, whatever you would call YouTube's For You page. And she smokes a blunt, gets high as hell, orders food or DoorDashes food, and just sits there and eats. Or she'll find like a crazy recipe while she's high as hell, make it, and then it just becomes like a little mini mukbang, whatever you call that. And now she's just eating food high. You can just see the pure enjoyment in her face as she's eating. I think it's crazy, but like something as simple as that, and she's getting tons of views. Like that's it could be because she's a pretty woman. That could be what it is. But like just seeing stuff like that, you can make a living like that. Like come on, anything's possible on YouTube, I guess, if you just. And she doesn't even have that many videos. I actually just looked. She did not have that many videos, but she has like a quite a decent amount of followers. But hey, I digress. I hope some of you guys could at least understand where I was coming from. And I'm sure a lot of you guys that are watching are probably in the same predicament that I am, or in the same shoes as me. Like you have no motivation to do anything, or everything is just a huge chore to you, and the cost of living is just crazy, and it's not fair to the working class, because what the heck, and those who can are, and it's not fair to the rest of us, because where are our supports? I think the systems that are put in place are there to keep the rich rich and the poor poor or poorer. But then at some point it becomes a problem of we need to start doing it to ourselves. We need to figure out ways to break from this curse. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to break out of this curse. And hopefully you guys will join me for the ride. Join me on the journey. Whatever. If you like this video, please give me a like. I'm not even gonna ask you to follow or subscribe. If you subscribe if you want to, I'm not gonna ask you to. But I do ask that you like this video, and if you found this video entertaining or in the slightest or whatever, you could relate to it, just like it. Maybe someone else would come across this video and they'll like it as well. Spread the love. That's all. Just want people to enjoy my content, and the fact that I can sit here and just ramble on for like half an hour freely, because I just have so much going on in my head. But till next time.